Welcome back, everyone, to another powerful episode of the Talk Lab podcast. I'm your host, Jack, and today we've prepared something special. Something every English learner secretly wants, but doesn't always admit. The ability to stop sounding like a beginner and start speaking advanced English naturally, confidently, fluently. No more textbook stiffness, no more robotic expressions. Just pure, natural communication.
Absolutely, Jack. Hi, everyone. I'm Angelina, and I'm truly excited for today's session because this topic is one of the most transformative ones. I've met thousands of learners who had excellent vocabulary, solid grammar knowledge, and huge motivation. But they still sounded like beginners. Not because they were beginners, but because they were using beginner-style expressions, textbook patterns, unnatural pauses, literal translations from their native language, outdated phrases, and unnecessary fillers.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? Most learners don't even realize they're doing this. They think they're speaking well until they compare themselves to native speakers or advanced learners. And suddenly they hear the difference. That difference. That subtle but powerful difference. That's what we're going to break down today.
But we're not just going to teach phrases, right, Jack? We're going to explore something much deeper. Natural delivery, real conversational style, thought flow, voice tone, word choices, hidden structures native speakers use without noticing, the rhythm of natural English, the emotional logic of sentences.
Yes, because sounding advanced is not about using big words. It's about sounding natural. Let me repeat that for our listeners, who always think you need complicated academic vocabulary. Advanced, not equal complicated. Advanced equals natural.
And that's where many learners get stuck. They try too hard. They think, if I say sophisticated words, I'll sound advanced. But the opposite happens. They end up sounding unnatural or even confusing. The real secret is to sound effortless, clear, smooth, confident. Like you're not thinking about English at all, even if you are.
Angelina, before we dive into techniques, I want to start with the psychology behind this. Because sounding like a beginner is often not about language, but about fear. Fear of judgment, fear of making mistakes, fear of being misunderstood. And when people are afraid, what do? They play safe. They choose only simple words, only basic phrases, only short sentences. And that's exactly what makes them sound like beginners.
You said it perfectly, Jack. Fear shrinks your language. Confidence expands it. I remember coaching a student who had amazing listening comprehension. She understood movies, podcasts, even jokes. But when she spoke, she used only very basic expressions. I think, yes, it is difficult. I don't know. Maybe good. It is not easy. And those aren't wrong. They're just too small for her real ability. She wasn't expressing her true knowledge.
And I love your approach, Angelina. You helped her replace tiny expressions with natural, fuller responses. Because advanced English is not about long sentences. It's about fully communicating your thoughts. Like instead of maybe good, you could say, well, it really depends on the context, but overall, I think it could work quite well. More natural, not complicated, but confident.
Exactly. And today, we're going to teach our listeners dozens of these transformations. Not phrases to memorize, but patterns to internalize. Because once you understand natural patterns, you can create thousands of sentences on your own.
Let's start with something big. The difference between textbook English and real English.
Oh yes, this is a fun one.
So, Angelina, let me ask you, what's one textbook phrase that English learners say that immediately sounds unnatural to native speakers?
Only one? Jack, I have a whole list. But okay, here's a classic. I am fine, thank you. And you? No native speaker talks like that.
Never. Absolutely never.
Instead, real English sounds like, good, thanks. How about you? Pretty good. You? Doing well, thanks for asking. Even, not bad at all. What about you? It's small differences like that which completely change how natural you sound.
Another example. Learners use phrases like, I very like it, because in their language, very modifies the verb directly. But in natural English, we say, I really like it. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of it. There's something about it I really enjoy.
Exactly. Or take the beginner phrase, it is interesting. Very plain, very dry, very emotionless. Advanced English gives you real options. That's actually pretty fascinating. That's more interesting than I expected. Oh wow, that's genuinely surprising. That caught my attention instantly. That's something I'd love to hear more about.
You're giving them gold right now, Angelina. Pure gold.
Well, that's the whole point of this episode. Helping people unlock the language they already understand, but don't yet use. That's the bridge from beginner-style speaking to advanced, natural expression.
Let's also talk about something that scares many learners. Sounding emotional. Because beginners often sound flat. No tone, no rhythm, no natural intonation. Meanwhile, native speakers use layers of emotion even in basic sentences.
Yes. For example, beginner. I don't understand. Natural. I'm not sure I'm following. Hold on. Could you go over that again? Wait. What do you mean exactly? I think I missed something. It's not totally clear to me.
Beautifully explained. And the funny thing is, none of these are difficult. They're just not taught in textbooks.
That's why our listeners love these episodes, Jack. They learn how English people actually talk.
Okay, Angelina, let's dive into the heart of today's topic. How can a learner stop sounding like a beginner right now, immediately, without needing years of practice? Give us one powerful technique.
Gladly. Here's a big one. Stop answering with single words. Beginners say, yes, no, maybe, okay. Advanced speakers add context, nuance, personality. Yes, definitely. That makes sense. No, not really. Here's why. Maybe, but I'd need more information. Okay, but let me clarify something first.
Yes, because when you expand even a little, you sound 10 times more natural. It shows thought, logic, maturity.
Exactly. And it helps the conversation flow. Short answers kill conversations. Full answers grow them.
Perfectly said. And in a moment, I want you to share your second technique, the one about replacing literal translations with natural English patterns. But before that, all right, Angelina, you were about to share a powerful second technique. The one I personally think changes learners' speaking style dramatically. The shift from literal translations to natural English patterns. Could you walk our listeners through that idea?
Of course. This is one of my favorite transformations. Many learners think they are speaking correctly because every word they say is technically accurate. But accuracy doesn't equal naturalness. You can build a grammatically correct sentence that still sounds extremely foreign because you're using structures from your own language. Natural English isn't about translating, it's about reframing.
Exactly. And reframing means expressing the idea the way a native speaker would, not the way it's expressed in your mother tongue.
Let me give a simple example. A beginner might say, "Today in the morning, I woke up late." It's understandable, but unnatural. A native speaker would say, "I overslept this morning." Shorter, cleaner, more natural.
Or beginners say, "I have a big wish to improve my English." Very literal. Natural English is, "I really want to improve my English." Or, "I'm determined to improve my English." Or even, "I'm working on improving my English every day."
Exactly. And the beautiful part is, once learners understand these patterns, they can apply them endlessly. Natural English relies on core structures that give your speech fluidity. For instance, I'm in the middle of, I'm not sure if, for some reason, it turns out that the thing is, what I mean is, as far as I know, from what I've seen, if a learner starts using just these patterns, their English immediately jumps 2 levels higher.
Yes, because those patterns carry rhythm and logic that native speakers use constantly. They help your sentences breathe. They connect ideas smoothly.
And there's something even deeper. Natural English is emotional. It's not just informational. When you express how you feel, not just what you think, you instantly sound more advanced.
Right, beginners communicate facts. Advanced speakers communicate experiences.
Exactly. A beginner says, "I am tired." An advanced speaker might say, "I'm exhausted. It's been such a long day." Or, "I'm running low on energy today." Or, "I barely slept last night."
You're not just giving information, you're painting a picture.
Yes, and that's what natural English is all about. Painting pictures with words.
Angelina, I'd like to touch on something important. Hesitation. Because beginners hesitate in a very specific way. Long pauses. I don't know what to say. Natural English uses fillers, but completely different ones.
Absolutely. Fillers are like seasoning in speech. Beginners either avoid them completely or use the wrong ones. Native speakers use fillers that maintain the flow. Well, so basically, the thing is, let me think. Honestly, to be fair, actually, these fillers aren't mistakes. They're tools. They buy you time while keeping the conversation alive.
And when used correctly, they make you sound confident even when you're thinking. I love teaching this because it removes so much pressure.
Yes, because sounding natural isn't about speaking fast. It's about speaking smoothly. And smooth speech always has rhythm, pauses, emphasis, tone, emotional shading.
Let me ask you this, Angelina. What's one mistake learners make that immediately makes them sound like beginners, even if their grammar is good?
Oh, that's easy. Overusing simple adjectives. Good, bad, interesting, difficult, easy. These words are correct, but they're extremely limited. Natural English has nuance, challenging, frustrating, fascinating, impressive, overwhelming, refreshing, surprising, confusing, rewarding, eye-opening. Learners who start using nuance immediately sound more advanced.
So true. And nuance shows personality, it shows thought, it shows emotional intelligence.
Oh, that's easy. Overusing simple adjectives. Good, bad, interesting, difficult, easy. These words are correct, but they're extremely limited. Natural English has nuance, challenging, frustrating, fascinating, impressive, overwhelming, refreshing, surprising, confusing, rewarding, eye-opening. Learners who start using nuance immediately sound more advanced.
I want to highlight something else you teach so well. The shift from direct answers to layered responses. Beginners answer questions directly and only directly. Do you like it? Yes. Is it difficult? No. Are you ready? Maybe. Advanced speakers add a little context. Yes, actually. I've enjoyed it more than I expected. No, not really. Once you get used to it, it's pretty manageable. Maybe I'm not completely sure yet, but I'm getting there.
And this extra layer shows depth. It shows that you are not only answering, you are participating.
Beautifully put. Now, let's talk about upgrading beginner phrases. Think of this as a live transformation session. Angelina, I say a beginner phrase. You turn it into natural English. Ready?
Always ready.
Beginner phrase. I don't understand.
I'm not really following. Could you explain that a bit more?
Great. Next, it is boring.
It doesn't really grab my attention. Or, it feels a bit dull to me.
It is difficult.
It's a bit challenging. Or, it's not the easiest thing, honestly.
Can you repeat?
Could you go over that again? Or, sorry, I missed that. Could you say it once more?
Perfect. And listeners, every upgrade you just heard is something you can start using today. No extra study required. No complicated grammar. Just awareness.
Exactly. And awareness is everything. Once you hear natural English, you start speaking natural English.
Angelina, we've covered so many powerful strategies today. Natural patterns, emotional expression, advanced adjectives, fillers, reframing sentences. It's been such a rich conversation.
Yes, and I hope our listeners understand one thing clearly. You don't need perfect English to sound advanced. You need natural English to sound advanced.
Exactly, and sounding natural is a skill everyone can develop, step by step, conversation by conversation.
To all our listeners, don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to sound different. Don't be afraid to grow. Every sentence you say is progress.
Well said, Angelina. And with that, I think it's time to wrap up today's episode. This has been one of my favorite discussions. So full of practical ideas and real-life transformations.
Same here, Jack. Thank you to everyone listening, wherever you are, on your way to work, relaxing at home, studying, or taking a walk. We appreciate you deeply.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to join us next time for another powerful conversation. And remember, speak bravely, speak naturally, speak like you.
Take care, everyone. Keep learning, keep growing, and as always, think in English, speak with confidence.
See you in the next episode.
Bye for now.